Hello everybody, it's Big Al with some more content for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So this video I am doing a recap of transporting troops, transporting army, and workshops. Yes, I have other videos on this, but I wanted to make newer ones and share them because there's still a lot of people that are struggling with them. So first and foremost, transporting troops. You have to have a fort that is level 3 or above. And at the different levels, it will give you the different amount of troops that it can hold. So let's go down here and I'm going to look at this fort right here. Okay. As you can see, I have some troops in there. If I click this button, it shows me what kind of troops I have in there. And that's Eagles at this point. So I have it fully maxed so I can have 12,000 supply inside of the fort. Now, when you're making a transporting army, okay, don't waste stamina, don't waste troops, don't lock them up. Merry and Pip, this is the absolute best job for Merry and Pip. And the reason is right here. At level 5 on this skill, he gets a 30% marching speed boost. Frodo gets this as well, so if you do not use Frodo, you can use him as well. So you want to put Merry and Pip, but you can use other commanders too. And then you want to put a cavalry unit on there. And you want one with the march speed of S. S is the fastest march speed you're going to get with the cavalry. So, with that being said, I put one Shire Protector on Merry and Pip. And you have to have one waiting inside your base to be able to transport troops. Now I'm going to go back down to the fort. Okay, and then if you click transport, it gives you your list of commanders. Okay, I'm going to click on Merry and Pip, and it's going to take 27 minutes. And let me see. I think him. And then Ori has a Shire Protector as well, and it's taken him 36 minutes. So if you see, that's a almost a 9-minute difference. So then I click the plus sign, and on the left it shows all the troops that you have in your base. And if there's a number next to it, that means there's already some of those units on there. So I want to fill this up with Eagles. So I am going to do that. And before anybody asks, no, you cannot use Eagles on your transport army. You have to use a ground unit. So I'm going to add that. And it comes here and it's a review of telling you of how many there are. And I don't need to worry about anything else. And I hit the check mark. And then this is a new thing that they started. It doesn't matter if you have gear on your transport. So in 27 minutes, that fort is going to be full with Eagles again. And again, if I would have used Ori with the same Shire Protector, it would have taken 36 minutes. So that's why that march speed is very important. Okay, now we're going to talk about workshops. And this is going to be very quick. First off, I want to take that, and I don't care with what army. So, if a workshop is connected to your base, either one of any of the tiles touching your base, it becomes inefficient operations. You can use a resource path. Say if I had a workshop built here, say that was my workshop. It's not connected to my base, so it's not going to give me much. Now, if I take this tile and put a resource path, it's going to be an efficient operation, which will give me 50% of all of the resources around it will add to the workshop. If you have to use a lot of resource paths, it's not worth it, because then you're using, say, 4 or 5 or 6 total tiles to get, say, 3,000 extra resources. Well, 3,000 resources, but it took you 6 tiles, so that's an average of 500 per tile. That is not good. Generally, you want an area that has a lot of resource patches. So like here, I have a level 11 grain and a level 10 wood, and then I have a bunch of these other ones around here. So this is a decent workshop. Okay, there are areas where you can get up to 5,000, 5,500 is I think the most that I've seen. So that does help. And you're not losing anything, you're gaining everything. These two tiles here, I believe, were level 5s. Well, one of the things you can do is you can boost them. Yield boosts. Let me see if I can find a tile. I don't think I can. No. Okay. Well, you can yield boost tiles up to level 8. You can also change the tile. So I have a grain and a grain. Okay, I have this level 9 wood. So I want to change this level 9 wood to one of the resources that is the workshop type. So I'm going to change it to grain. So it's going to put a mob up there the same size as the level tile it is. Okay, and it does the same thing for yield boost. So while I'm marching over there, I'm going to show you this. So as you can see, something is better than nothing. Okay, right here I have a level 7 wood tile. Okay, it's giving me 640 wood per hour. Well, what I'm going to do, because I don't have those big patches, I'm going to put a workshop here because, again, something is better than nothing. Now, when this is finished after the 15 minutes, it's going to have the 640 per hour wood from the tile. But then, because this is somebody in my kingdom, I'm also going to get 440 added on to that 640. So that would be 1080. And then this is a level 11, which gives 1200, and 50% of that is 600. So that 600 is also going to be added onto the workshop. So that would put me at 1,680 resources gained without doing anything, just from this one tile. So even though I'm not in a big cluster, I'm not getting a huge return, it didn't hurt me none. Before, this was just 640 per hour tile. Well, I had the extra workshop, why not? Now I'm going to be increasing it by 1,000, over 1,000 resources per hour. So, as you can see on here at reclaiming, so that was a level 7 tile, so I am reclaiming it and changing the resource. So I killed the mob with them. Now I have to stand there for 5 minutes, and then it's going to change that tile to a grain tile. You can do that with anything. I could even do that with this grain, the 11. I could do that with this 13 stone, because later in the season you don't need stone. You only use it to trade in for your other resources. So I'm going to pause the video for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to come back when the reclaiming is done so that I can show you. Okay, I am back. So we just reclaimed this tile over here. So as you can see, I reclaimed it to grain. So as you see over here on the description of the tile, it went from 880 per hour wood to 880 per hour grain. So that is how you reclaim tiles. And as again, this workshop is building, I'm not going to wait for it, but instead of the 1640, it is going to be coming 1680, I believe I said it. So be smart with your workshops. Something is better than nothing. Even if I had this tile right here, I would probably build a workshop on it. That way I could yield boost this tile to level 8, which Vader 6 has already done, and it would gain the resources from the tiles around it. So workshops are a very important part of this game, because at times resources can be very scarce. So always look for places to put workshops, don't be afraid to use the extra tile like I did just so I can get the extra resources here. It's not a huge boost, but it is something. And like I said, I've seen workshops go all the way up to 5,500 was the biggest one that I've had. But still, 2,400. This one's 2,200. That one tile is equivalent to more than 2 level 10 tiles. Okay, 3,100, 2,100. Okay, so they are beneficial. Over here for Vader 6, they're not that beneficial to him because he is no longer here. When he was located here, it was fine. But he just hasn't redone them, and that's all. And that's okay. We are at the end of the season anyways. But transporting troops, very important. Make sure you always filling your upgrading your forts and filling them that are close by the front line so that you don't have to wait an hour for transporting. Also, with transporting, say an enemy got in the way and hit Merry and Pip. It is going to kill that one Shire Protector. It's not going to kill all those eagles that I had Merry and Pip transporting. The transporting troops will just go straight back into my barracks. Now, say I had Boromir over in that fort with, just say let's rams, for instance. And if I just hit reinforce and those rams are coming and an enemy hits that, it's going to kill all those rams. Now, if I put all the rams inside Merry and Pip and transport, I'm only going to lose that one Shire Protector that's on Merry and Pip. So it's faster. It is safer. So if you can, always transport troops rather than just straight reinforcing. And again, there's my little bit on the workshops. So use them, people. Trust me. Workshops and transports. So, as always, make the most out of what you got.